Because it's a special day.
Oh yes.
It's Happy International Sign Language Day.
Wow.
We are going to do it in signs, eh?
Okay.
Uko pale mtazamaji, mtazamaji, wale ambao wanatutazama JTV, we can do it in signs, because today is a day of sign language. It's happy international. First international,
okay.
International Sign Language Day. We can repeat it because of the viewer pale nyumbani. Ko pale nyumbani, let's do it together. Happy International Sign Language Day. Yes, today is a International Sign Language Day. It's a day where people are celebrating sign language as a language. Unajua sign language ni lugha ya it's a way of communication.
Yeah.
Na unapata a lot of people are not aware of this day. And to even say the whole of this month, from September date 1 up to today, it's a month whereby people are being watu wanahamasishwa kuhusu the deaf people in our community, because these people are in our community.
Yeah.
And they are our brothers, they are our sisters, they are our neighbors. Uko pale nyumbani, you have a deaf person, you know of a deaf person, join us as we know about sign language as a language, and also as we know about the deaf culture in the deaf community. Karibuni sana.
Karibuni sana.
Yeah.
Thank you, Refa, so much for you to be here and to walk us through this. So I would start by asking, what is sign language?
Sign language, mwanzo tumeanza na sign language.
Yes.
Lugha ya ishara. It is a language where we use signs as a way of communication. Like the way tunatumia vile ninaongea na wewe, tunatumia sound,
Yes.
voice.
Yes.
Sasa hiyo kwa sign language tunatumia sign as a way of communication. And we also use gesture. Gesture ni kama when I point at you. This is gesture. We use gesture. Yes, so in a simple way, it is a way that we use gestures and signs for communication. And someone can ask, watu wagani wanatumia sign language? There are people who can't hear. Watu ambao wana ile tatizo la kusikia, and we call them the deaf, viziwi.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So let us start from where it all started from.
Sign language tunaweza sema lugha ya ishara ilianza kitambo. It's something that has been there.
Yeah.
Kwa sababu ukiangalia kitambo sikulikuwa na viziwi na watu hawasikii. Yes, na unapata kuwa it only became formal in the 16th century.
Wow.
But from way back it was there. Ni vile haikukuwa formal, haikukuwa imewekwa kwa mashule, bado watu wako wanajifunza. But now it became formal in the 16th century. Na it originated in the Western societies. Wale wazungu, wale wazungu. It originated in the Western society. That is when it started, and it started in the American School for the Deaf, ASD.
Wow.
And it was founded by a person called Thomas Gallaudet.
Wow.
Thomas Gallaudet in the year 1817. So this is where ini wakati tu ambapo sign language became formal, lakini ilikuwepo. Kwa sababu unapata Ashley, ukimpata mtoto na mtoto wasikii, si unaona wewe kama mzazi utatafuta zile mbinu za kucommunicate na huyo mtoto.
Kweli.
Maybe wewe na huyo mtoto mtajua vile mna communicate, ama huyo mtoto na wale ambao wako pale mtajua vile mna communicate.
Yeah.
But now it became formal in schools and in universities and in the society in the 16th century. Yes.
Wow. That is so amazing. So if when it became formal, how did it change the world?
It changed the world because it broke the barrier of communication. Unaona ile watu tu wanajua kuongea ni kupitia mdomo.
Yeah.
Now people had another way of communicating, and that is sign language. Na unapata pia it also helped in kushun away discrimination, because unapata a lot of people, kuna watu wana discriminate those people who are disabled. And now as we are centering ourselves in the deaf, ili break hiyo discrimination ya watu, those people who are deaf being discriminated, it breaked it.
Wow.
That is how important sign language is in the society.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That is so amazing. So
and it is worth learning.
Yeah, it
sign
is.
language is worth learning.
Wow.
Unajua kuna watu wanasemanga sign language ni ngumu. It is not hard. Si ngumu by
For
the way.
real, utanifunza.
Leo ni siku ya kufunzana sign language. Yeah, because today we are celebrating, it's a day where we are celebrating sign language as a language. And msikilizaji uko pale, mtazamaji uko pale, leo tutajifunza some signs ambazo basic signs.
Yeah.
And we'll also learn about alphabets. Yes, so we have a lot in store for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I would ask Refa,
Yes.
is sign language a skill?
Yes, I can say it's a skill. Kwa sababu gani, Ashley? Let me say kwangu mimi I took it as a career. From way back mimi nilipenda sign language sana. Kutoka nikuwe class 7.
Wow.
Nilipenda sign language nikuwe class 7. Na nikasema this is what I'll do. When other people wanted to be doctors, other people wanted to be lawyers, other people wanted to be teachers, me I wanted to be a sign language interpreter.
Oh wow, that is
Yes.
so amazing.
So it is a skill, it is a career. If you want to do sign language, you can do it as a career. Na unajua mimi wanasema Ashley, we do things because of passion. Ufanye kama passion. Let it be in you.
Yeah.
Utake kufanya, usifanye because of your own benefit. Do it because of the society.
Yeah.
Ukasaidie wale ambao ni viziwi pale kwenye society. So if you want to learn sign language, you're open to learn sign language.
Oh, wow.
And I really thank God because Kenya, mahali tumefika, Kenya, we are really aware of the deaf culture. Na unapata the deaf schools ni nyingi sana Kenya. As for me, I went to Kenya Institute of Special Education. It's in Kasarani, and it's the best school that you can learn sign language.
Wasikilizaji watazamaji, pale Kise ndio mahali kwa kupata sign language.
Kujifunza.
Kujifunza.
Yes, so it's a career, it's a
wow.
skill. Yes.
So I would like to ask you, is it something that you can teach yourself, or are you limited to being taught?
To being taught. What I can say, unajua mimi wanasema that ni vizuri sana wakati ambapo you just go to a formal you learn sign language formally. Mahali ambapo unaenda mnakaa kwa darasa and you people are being taught. But si ni hapo peke yake unaweza jifunza sign language. Unapata kuna watu wamejifunza sign language kupitia mtandao. But then me personally nilikuwa naona it's kinda confusing sababu unapata kuna mtu anasema anatoa hii sign na mwingine unapata anatoa sign nyingine. It's the same thing but unapata there are two different people wanatoa different signs because signs vary, Ashley. Signs vary, and when you go to school, that is when you can be taught this sign, you can do it this way and the other way. It has two signs because one sign you can sign a word twice, mara mbili. Kuna zile signs ambazo zinasainiwa mara mbili. And you see when you go there, ukienda shule pale ndio utafundishwa hii sign ilikuwa inatumika hivi but it came and changed inatumika hivi. So what I can say, you're there and you're asking yourself, can you teach yourself sign language, or how can you learn sign language? Mostly what I advise people is you just go to a school and you learn sign language. You just learn sign language formally. But then kama vile nimesema, it's not limited. You can also go there kwa YouTube online. Unajifunza sign language, and also kuna zile vitabu za sign language. There are those hard books. Mahali ambapo zile sign language ziko illustrated where you can also learn sign language. Yes, so it's not something that you're limited. Unaweza sema lazima niende nifundishwe. You can also teach yourself there at home. Enda pale online, just follow one person and you will learn sign language. Yes.
Wana JTV na wana Juda Radio, namba zetu ni 0713999333.
Na pia unaweza tuma SMS ama upige simu kama uko na swali yoyote ile. Kuna wale ambao unaweza kuwa na swali pale 0713999444. For those who are listening to us, kwa wale wanatusikiza unaweza pia tuma SMS. For now kuna wale ambao wanapiga simu, msipige simu. You can only send your SMS. Yes.
Oh wow. So Refa, I was to ask you, what are the basic rules za sign language?
Okay, when we talk about basic rules of sign language, hapa tunaweza sema rules of sign language interpreters. Interpreters. If you're there, umeenda pale umesoma sign language as a career and you want to be a sign language interpreter, there are those rules that we follow. Kuna zile rules ambazo tunatilia maanani. Unajua some rules kwa wengine hazitakuwa favorable by the way. Kama that conch makeup, unajua kuna wale wanajipakanga conch makeup, unapaka di lipstick ya orange, unaweka earrings kubwa. Hiyo hairuhusiwi kabisa, Ashley. You should be as simple as ever if you want to be a sign language interpreter. Today we are talking about sign language as a language.
Yes.
And there are those people who want to be sign language interpreters. Na ndio manake umeniuliza those rules.
Yes.
Number one, you should make sure you just simple. Just be simple. And me, I really thank God. From way back, mimi sikuwa najuanga mambo ya makeup. So to me it became favorable.
Yeah.
Lakini unapata kuna watu wengine ambao wali have to adapt to not using makeup or not wearing those big earrings or not. Yes, you should be you should be very simple. Yes, that is number one rule. The next rule, wale wa polish. Mwanzo kwanza tuongee kwanza mambo ya makeup Wale wa polish ufai kukuwa na ile polish ina attract. Kwa sababu wakati ambapo uko pale and you signing and you have that polish yenye it becomes distractive. Badala mtu angalie kile una sign, anaangalia ile nail polish ambayo umepaka. Yeah, so if you're there now you want to be a sign language interpreter, make sure that your polish, hata kama unapaka polish, paka ile polish yenye si distractive. Nude.
Yes.
Exactly. Nude polish. And then the other rule, decency. Make sure you're decent. Unajua Ashley, unaweza ambiwa kuja uinterpret hapa na hapa. And then you go with a short skirt. You're there with the deaf people. Deaf people wataangalia hiyo skirt yako fupi ama ni wewe atakuconcentratea.
Really?
Definitely they will look at that short skirt of yours. So make sure you're as decent as possible if you want to be a sign language interpreter. Ukienda pale hata basi kama umevaa nguo iko haijafika magotini, at least umebeba kitu ya kujifunika kwa miguu, you just be as decent as possible. The other thing is that in signing, if you want to be an interpreter, ukitaka kukua mkalimani wa lugha ya ishara, unahakikisha kuwa you don't have the nguo yako si nguo bright. Si ile nguo ambayo ni bright. Unajua some people love wearing those bright colors.
Yeah.
Kama vile umesema it's called nude. Nude. Hey, nude.
Yes.
Yeah, so make sure if you're there and you love bright colors, you just reduce the bright colors. Sababu unapata wakati uko pale and you're interpreting and you have that bright color, it really becomes difficult. Kuna watu ambao vision yao hata macho unapata wana hiyo bright colors, they are not comfortable with it. Na pia unapata when you're there si nguo inafaa ionekane sana, ni ile lugha ya ishara, ile ishara inafaa iko inaonekana sana. So make sure that nguo yako it's not bright. The other thing, there are many rules that you should follow if you want to become a sign language interpreter. If you want to because you've asked me if sign language is a skill and it's a career, if you want to pursue sign language as a career, yeah, those are the basic rules, but there are many rules that you should know about them. Also, you should have a good hearing ability kama unataka kukua sign language interpreter. Sababu unajua kwa sign language ni mtu anaongea unasikia alafu na interpret. Yeah, so you should be good at hearing. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so those are just the basic.
Wow.
Yeah.
So wewe uko pale nyumbani unatutizama kwa TV na unatusikiza kwa radio, hizo ndio rules if you want to become a sign language interpreter. So I would like to ask Refa, what are the challenges of an interpreter, or what are the challenges of sign language?
Challenges of sign language, unapata kuwa mara nyingi unapata that it's a language where people, if I may say, kuna watu wengi wanaiendea juu ya pesa So unapata that people don't go there because watu wengi hawaendi sababu ya passion. Pata mtu anasema aya kuna job mahali inataka hii na hii, let me just go and do this course because of this and this, because of my own reasons. Ufai kufanya sign language sababu ya your own reasons or your own benefit. Sign language is a language of the society, community, and this is one challenge that a lot of people this is one challenge that is facing the sign language community, or rather people who are going there because they want to be interpreters.
Yeah.
Watu wengine wanaenda pale juu ya pesa, Ashley. And
so pesa ni mingi.
We can yes. Yeah, it's a good course, if I can say. It's a really nice course. Yes, it's a very nice course. Kwa hivyo go there because of passion. Unapata pia another challenge that that interpreters, if I may say, face, certification. Getting being certified as a sign language interpreter in the years imekuwa difficult, but as we are continuing, at least naona imeanza kukua easier, but it has really been difficult to just get that certificate of being an interpreter. Imekuwa a very big challenge.
Wow. So,
yes, imekuwa a very big challenge.
Refa, unaweza tuambia being an interpreter ni huduma?
Ni wito. Yes, it's actually it's you know, it makes God happy.
Yeah.
Wakati ambapo unajitoa because of other people, it makes God happy. Wow. Na it's also, unajua wakati unaonyesha Mungu that God, I want to do this because of your people, Mungu hata anakupea hiyo neema. Yeah.
Wow.
So that is another challenge. Yes, another challenge, unapata that acceptance. A lot of people hawaja accept sign language as a language kwa the society that you are living in. Watu wengi bado wanaishana, watu wengi bado wanaitupilia mbali, watu wengi bado hawai accept, watu wengi bado hawaikumbati. And that is a really big challenge. Sign language bado watu wengi hawajai accept into the society. Yes, it's a very big challenge, but I really thank God because of the Kenyan government. It's really working so that people can be watu wanakuwa aware about sign language as a language. And actually, because this is I really thank the government and also people who are in the government, this being the month of sign language awareness. It started from date 1. Unapata there are those counties ambazo, like right now in Taita Taveta, they are celebrating. Wow. And this whole week has been a deaf awareness week and a sign language awareness week, maeneo ya Taita Taveta. And other areas mingi sana kumekuwa na hiyo awareness the whole of this month, because this is the month of deaf awareness and also sign language awareness. Yes.
So we should mark our calendars in September.
September.
Yeah.
September, the whole of September, it is a month whereby people get aware about the deaf culture and the deaf community and sign language as a language. Yeah.
Refa, would you say that this is a good thing to be introduced in schools?
Definitely, it's the best thing to be introduced in schools.
Yeah.
Kwa sababu gani, Ashley? Unapata that there are those kids wenye wako pale nyumbani na hao watoto ni viziwi. And you also find, hata saizi tunaongea, that those people who are wako pale and you are a parent na uko pale nyumbani and you have a kid mwenye ni kiziwi na haendi shule. Kwa sababu gani? Unapata these schools, shule mingi azina, they have not been introduced to sign language as a language.
Yeah.
But you find when a school is introduced kwa sign language as a language, the deaf children will also get the opportunity of learning and becoming better people in our society. They are people like us, and we should introduce it in our schools and in our teaching curriculum. There was a time that kuna wale ambao walisimama and they said that we should make sure it is in our curriculum. Yeah, it's still in the process. Yeah, sign language kukua in our curriculum, and it will really benefit the deaf children.
Yeah.
Kwa sababu wakati mtoto anaenda shule na anapata kuna mwalimu hata anaweza ongea na sign language, it becomes easy for the kid.
Yeah.
So to me, I can say it should be introduced in schools. It really should be introduced in schools.
Wow. So what are the interesting facts about sign language?
There are a lot of interesting facts about sign language. Ya kwanza ni sign language is the easiest language to learn.
Wow.
It is the easiest language to learn. Saizi, Ashley, tutajifunza kusema hello in sign language because it's the easiest language to learn. And first, speaking of signing as a language, when you go to different countries, kuna different types of when you go to countries, every country has its own sign language. Na hiyo ndio kitu watu hawajuangi. Sign language si eti ni moja kwa country zote. Ni different kwa country. When you go to Kenya, like when you go, we are in Kenya already. To go Kenya.
Yeah.
Kenya, we use Kenyan Sign Language. KSL. Ukienda America wanatumia ASL, American Sign Language. Ukienda British wanatumia British Sign Language, BSL. Yeah, so sign language ukienda different countries unapata iko na different, there is how they sign. The way me I'll sign in a Kenyan sign language unapata it will be different from the way an American sign language will sign.
So nikiuliza kumaanisha if I study sign language here and go abroad kuko na difference.
Kuna difference, yes.
So I won't be able to communicate to the people.
You will be able to communicate to them, lakini ni signs kidogo sana ndio watu tunatumia the same. But unapata a lot of signs tunatumia different. Kwa sababu gani, Ashley? Because you find maybe here in Kenya there are some things in Kenya kuna vitu zenye ukitaka kuambia mtu afanye utamwambia in the Kenyan style.
Yes.
So that is how some signs came up. Kuna signs zingine zilikuja by how like greetings, saying hello, it's hello.
Yeah.
Unaona hiyo sign watu wanajuanga ni hello, yani wakusema hello ni hello tu. Yeah. Imekuja, this is like gesture, hello, hello.
Yeah.
Yes, unapata Kenya kuna zile vitu ambazo kuna zile maneno ambao wanaongea that are different even in America. Na unapata through those words ndio wanakuja with those signs. And that's why those signs vary. Na pia kulingana na mahali mtu wako, because you even find ukienda Luo, ukienda Western na uende Nyanza, kuna zile signs zina vary bado.
Yeah.
Kuna signs zina vary. Kwa sababu labda wa Nyanza kuna vile wanajua banana inakaa. Na kuna banana ni kitu inaonekana, but kuna vile wakitaka kuionyesha, kuna vile wanaionyesha in signs. Na pia kuna vile ukienda maeneo ya Western wanaionyesha in signs. So unapata it varies.
Yeah.
It does vary. Yes, American sign language, Kenyan sign language zina vary, si the same.
Wow.
Ni vitu tu kidogo ni the same. Yeah.
Wow.
So unapata it's the easiest language to learn. That is one interesting fact yenye watu wengi wajui. Watu wengi wanaonanga sign language ni lugha ingine ya kurusha mikono, lugha ingine complicated.
But ianzia na mimi. I thought the same until wow, it's so interesting.
It is the easiest language. Ni kama kusema Ashley, wakati unataka kuambia mtu wewe, unamfanyia aje? Exactly. You and that is you in signing. When we sign tunasema you. Wakati unataka kuambia mtu kuja, unamfanyia aje? Exactly.
Wow.
Mtazamaji, kuja, come. You just say come. You see, sign language is gestures.
Yeah.
Wakati kuna hii sign inanibambanga sana, sign ya mchawi. Witchcraft. Wachawi wanafanya aje?
Sijui.
Wachawi wanafanyanga
Okay.
Unafanya tu,
so it's the same.
Yes, unapata signs mingi ni gestures. Ni vitu tu zenye tunafanyanga Ashley na pia msikilizaji, signs mingi ni vitu zenye unafanyanga. Yeah, and that is why we said when we started we said sign language is a language where we talk with signs and gestures. Like mfano mwingine when we want to say boss. Boss. So unapata boss ni mtu anakanga kwa exactly. That is how we bossing up. That is the sign of boss. Boss, ukitaka hata kuambia mtu kula, unaweza ambia mtu aje kwa exactly. Na mtazamaji, msikilizaji, Ashley yako hapa ana sign Ashley, nimekufundisha kweli? But you're doing unafanya gestures. Eating, you just do it, or you eat. You eat. So sign language is really very easy.
Oh wow, this
very,
is
very
so
easy.
Interesting.
Yes, another interesting fact. We are talking about the interesting fact.
Yeah.
Another one, it's the 4th most used language in the United Kingdom, in the UK. And my prayer is pia Kenya tufike wakati ambapo tutasema it's among the used languages in Kenya. That is my prayer. And I really thank God because iko kwa mikakati, the government is really working hard, and also wale ambao wako pale, those who are leading different organizations. They are really a part of making sign language used language in Kenya. And unapata in the UK kama vile Kenya hapa tuko na Kiswahili, tuko na Kiingereza na hiyo lugha ya mama.
Na Shembeteng.
Kuna pia Shembeteng. And speaking of Shembeteng, kwanza tusiongelee kwanza Shembeteng, because I also have another interesting fact about that Shembeteng. Kuna in the UK, it's an interesting fact because it's among the used language.
Yeah.
Unapata like almost everyone knows sign language. Haijalishi kama uko na deaf ama unajua deaf, you just know sign language. It becomes part of you. It becomes part of you. Yes, another interesting fact is that sign language, it uses a lot of gestures, hand gestures, if I may say. Kama vile tumesema, it's easy to learn because it uses gestures. Yes, it uses a lot of hand gestures.
So mtu mwenye ana mkono.
Now that comes in the sign language as a disadvantage.
Oh yeah.
Unapata yule ambayo maybe you're disabled, it really becomes tough. It becomes difficult kwa sababu sign language inatumia hand gestures. Signs mingi ni za hand, tunatumia mikono.
Yeah.
Yes, lugha ya ishara tunatumia mikono. Yeah, so it uses hand, inatumia mikono kwa maashiria, kuashiria. Yes, kwa ishara tunatumia mikono. Another interesting fact about people, which people don't know about sign language, is that deaf people have sign names.
Wow.
Yes, they have sign names. Many deaf people have sign names. And not only deaf people, but also wale ambao, as people who are not deaf, they have sign names. And also something interesting about these sign names, sign names ni zile, si lazima niseme Neema Refa. I can just sign your name.
Nataka sign name.
Sasa ni unataka sign name, acha sasa nikwambie the interesting fact about giving sign names. Sign names azipeanwi na mtu anasikia. Mtu kama mimi siwezi peana sign name. Like me, I remember in a campus, nilisoma na my neighbor alikuwa ni deaf, and he's the one who gave like almost the whole class sign name.
Wow. Sign
name inapeanwa na the deaf people peke yake. That is one interesting fact about sign name, giving sign name. Una bahati kwa sababu unapata that these sign names zinapeanwa na the deaf people.
Yeah.
They are the ones who give sign name. Na sign names zinapeanwa aje wakati ambapo the deaf, like me, I was the class rep. I was the class rep, so my deputy alikuwa deaf. And my deputy tulikuwa tunakaa na yeye. I was actually the one who was helping him because nilikuwa na ile passion ya kulearn sign language. Sasa hata before tufundishwe sign language nilikuwa najuanga zile basics zenye naweza communicate na yeye.
Yeah.
So in that process tukakuwa very close. Na akaonanga napenda kucheka sana. I am this jovial person. Napenda kusmile sana. Akanipea sign name. This is letter M, N hivi. You put now like this. That is my sign name. Wow. Because I love smiling. Wow. This is smiling. Yes.
Okay, watazamaji wa JTV na wasikilizaji wa Juda Radio, we are about to go for a little break, then we are back with the signs. Lazima wanipatie my sign.
You are watching JTV, your #1 Christian channel.
wewe ni mfanyabiashara au je, una mipango ya kuanzisha biashara na ungependa kuimarisha utendakazi wa biashara yako? Juda Radio inakupa nafasi ya kutangaza biashara yako kupitia mitabendi ya 99.9 FM Kisaju na 86.7 FM Narok. Wasiliana nasi kupitia 0713999333. Juda Radio. Sasa nitamsifu Mungu.
Juda Prayer Center Kisaju, mahali ya kutafuta Mungu na kuomba usiku na mchana na kupatia Mungu mizigo zako. Tunapatikana barabara ya Namanga. Kama unatoka Nairobi, kuja pita Kitengela. Kabla hujafika Kisaju town, angalia mkono yako ya kushoto, wana barabara nyeupe ya Maram, fuata hiyo barabara. Na kama unatoka Namanga, pita Bisil, pita Kajiado, pita Isinya, pita town ya Kisaju. Hapo angalia mkono yako ya kulia, yuko barabara ya Maram, fuata barabara nyeupe, fuata mpaka unaona milango imeandikwa Prayer Center Kisaju. Ingia hapo, tafuta Mungu na utabarikiwa.
Do you have a business, or maybe you desire to start one? Do you want your products to have a good sale? We got you covered. Let's take your business to another level. If you wish to advertise with us, kindly contact us on 0713999444. Don't hesitate. Make your business known.